All right, how to go about a heaters, especially electrical heaters. First thing to do, turn the fan on. Fan came on, that means we have power. But next you're gonna turn the heat on. You hear the click. And wait for it. Sometimes it has delay like a minute, minute and a half. And then when it comes on, it came on now. Check the discharge air. If the temperature goes up, that means we got power going to the electrical coil. If it doesn't go up, that means we need to check the safety switches, which is either limit or fuse link. We have to open it up and check. Next you gotta shut it off. Make sure you shut it off from the breaker. It's gonna be the double pole 40 amp breaker. Now we're gonna drop this pan. It's a pancake unit. So we're gonna need a 1/4 inch and 5/16 adapter to drop it. Now that it's open, we're gonna drop this pan. As for electrical connections, we got 1/4 inch, 2 screws, self-tapping 2 screws. And now we're gonna start checking and ohming. As I see here, they're gonna have a delay because it's a single coil. They have a double coil sequencer. You gotta check the fuse link and the coil, electrical coil, and the limit switch. Now we're gonna turn the mirror on to ohms, resistance, and test it. We're gonna hear the beep sound. All right, we're gonna check. We're gonna check the limit switch. I mean the fuse link. You gotta pull one of the terminals. And go one side to the other side. It's reading. Now we gotta check the heat coil. Heat coil is reading. Now we're left over with the limit switch. As you see here, I can see the limit switch is fired up. Alright, you got 2 screws for the limit switch. And the good thing about these, a magnet, it catches the screws. Alright, they should come down now. We could test it now. You can see it burn. It's not gonna read. Alright, we're gonna replace it. So we got 3 wires here going to one terminal, and the other red one going to the heat coil. That's here. So these 3 wires are, the white one is the common from the blower motor, and the red one is the common from the thermostat, from the transformer, and the black one is the common from the power line. Alright, that's our limit switch. You check the temperatures, 150 and 40. So when it gets to that temperature, it will cut off, so safety switch. Alright, I'm gonna connect the wires and show you afterwards. Alright, I'm gonna put the second screw. That's our limit switch, that's the old one. Alright, this wire is going to the electrical heat coil. Alright, disconnected. Making sure nothing is touching anything. And now it's time to test it. That's a new one. That's the old limit switch. Alright, I will suggest for them. You gotta put this wire back. Now you gotta test it. This needs a single coil, not a double one. don't suggest for them to do that. Let's start it and see. We're gonna turn the power back on. Go to thermostat. It's calling for heat. Raise the temperature. Here, click. Give it some time. You gotta check the temperature before we wrap everything back up together. Temperature's rising, and you know we just started, so it's gonna take some time for it to get hot. But as you see, it's working now. We could wrap it up and put everything back together. This heater's fixed. All right, now that everything is put back together, check your temperature. Okay, heat is blowing. Check your return. 66. Now before leaving, always check that the heat will shut off when it reaches its desired temperature. Now the ambient is 67, because you don't want to come back for the service call saying that, oh, the heat would not cut off. Make it 66. If it doesn't cut off, then you gotta check it before you leave. It could be the sequencer. It takes about a minute to cut off, more or less. For the electrical heaters, the coil will cut off first, then the fan will cut off after. Electrical coil. That's the issue when it takes too long, because they have the sequencer, the double stack sequencer. They should have a single one that you just cut off. All right, everything is good. Time to go home.